Hello everyone, I hope everything is well with you all and you've all been keeping safe during the last few months, which for some people I imagine is harder than others. It's been a strange few months. Who would have thought in January when we first heard of this disease in the faraway land of China that the year would turn out like this. So I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last few months and realistically a bit longer about the future of this channel, and I am simply going to say that the future of this channel is that there is no future. I have decided to finally call it a day. Now I know some of you will probably think that I called it a day a long time ago because I haven't really been producing many videos for quite a while. I just wanted to talk to you a few things about that decision, just in case you're wondering why I've chosen to do this. And when I say I'm done, I am actually done. Like, this will more likely be the last video I share that won't be private. At least I might record a few for my personal blog, but they'll be set to private or link or unlisted or whatever you want to refer to us. So I just wanted to share a bit of history about this channel, including the previous channel that got deleted. So it all started in 2006. I had seen a feature on a football program, the name escapes me, that was on ITV. It was like a regional thing where they gave a camera to a fan and just told him to film the away day. I believe Lincoln fans had one when we lost 1-0 at Cheltenham in 2004-05. And it just got me thinking. I thought that's a pretty cool idea. So I kind of experimented with it a bit in 2005-06, just had a little play with it. Didn't really do anything with it. I did do one game, which is against Wickham, but that was more for another project I've got going on at the time. But I thought, I'm enjoying this. My site that I was running at the time was getting quite good traffic, and I quite enjoyed doing it at first. I mean, looking back on it, they're fucking terrible. They are absolutely awful. It was good memories, but I think it was like at the beginning I didn't really know what I was doing. I think it really, if you watch some of the old videos, it really showed. Like I've actually got a DVD that Julian Toons put all the first season ones on for me back in the day, and I was watching that a few weeks ago, and dear Lord, the first video, oh, it is awful. I'm never going to upload it. But yeah, I mean, as time went on, I found a bit of a style, I found a bit of an idea. But then it's sort of in the summer of 2007 when things started to change a bit, because I'm probably going to butcher his name, but Rick Karacha, and I apologise if I have mispronounced that, Rick. He basically put me forward for a Britain's biggest football fan thing. And the picture of those who saw me in the Echo at the time would think, yeah, that's Nathan, as I was back then. It's pretty big. It wasn't a very flattering picture, but to be fair, the wind was blowing up my football shirt, so it made me feel huge. But I've always been a bit on the bigger side. You probably spot I've got a bit of a double chin going on again. Anyway, and when I got a bit of an ego about it. It went into my head a bit, and I alienated a lot of people. But I still kept on going, still kept on doing the majority of the away games. I think in 2006-07 and 2007-08, I think I only missed like 2 or 3 away games overall, and they were simply games which I couldn't do for various reasons. I had issues with cameras a lot. Then in 2008-09, I moved to Nottingham, and at that point I was just sort of like running a website, running a YouTube channel, got a bit too much. So I didn't want to do it that much. I wanted to go away, enjoy the games, whatever. Kept going to games. I still went to every game between August 2005 and October 2013, but it was an away game at Kettering just after we got relegated. I say just after, I think it was in January in the first conference season, where a guy called Nick said to me, after we went 1-0 down to them, and I think they were in the relegation zone, and I think they hadn't won at home for ages. They went 1-0 up against us with what I believe was a penalty, and he just turned around and said to me, why did we waste our Saturdays doing this? And that's the sort of moment it all started for me, just going downhill. I lost a lot of interest at that time. I just started thinking about it. I'm not really, at the time I wasn't really enjoying it. Not just doing videos, but also going to football. And if you go far enough back on this channel, you'll get to the point where I even I'd stopped doing videos by that point anyway, but I'd stopped doing the website. I just wasn't enjoying life in general, really. as depressing as that sounds. Then, obviously, in the summer of 2012, I came out as transgender on this channel. And no matter what, I will always be thankful for those of you who stuck by me all that time. It was a very strange time. It was just really weird, because like it's coming out as trans, and then like I tried a lot of stuff at first, like a lot of much more feminine clothes than I wear now, a lot of makeup. I was even trying a voice at one point, which, as you can tell, didn't work. Everything else has changed. That didn't. It was I think it's because I was working in a call centre at the time, and they gave you exercises to make your voice more feminine, but mine would do that. But then obviously you're talking all day, so your voice starts hurting. Anyway, I'm moving off the point here slightly. But that was it. It was around 2013. I also moved up to Blackburn and got more interested in hockey while I was up there. I'd grown so tired of the football and the club in general. The club around that time was not a fun place to be. It wasn't a good club to be a fan of. There was a lot of infighting. There was a lot of things going on in the background. There was a lot of there was a lot of things going on, a lot of politics I'd rather not get into. And I attended a Blackburn Hawks game, ice hockey, in October 2013, where they lost 2-1 at home to Solway. It's Dumfries, by the way. I'd never heard of Solway before we played them either. And at that point, I just sort of got more interested in that. And after a while, I was actually offered a job working on match nights, doing the recording and the highlights packages for the Hawks. And that sort of took over. I enjoyed that more. And I think the moment that summed up to me that my time like being a regular at games was when Lincoln would due to play. I've missed a few games at this point because my job involved me to work some Saturdays. But then it was a point where I had a Saturday off coming up, and we were due to play Braintree in the FA Trophy. And I just started looking at the prices, and I'm just sort of thinking to myself, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go. It got to the point where I fell out of love with the football club. Now, when I say I fell out of love, they're obviously still my team. They're still my hometown team. They are still the club I love. But at the time, it just didn't have that same thing. It was even when I wasn't going to games, I was still looking out for the score, still wanted the team to do well. But for me, it didn't really mean as much. So if you imagine, say, if you've seen the Lord of the Rings films, for example, at the end of the third one, Return of the King, Frodo says, "The Shire has been saved, but not for me," or words to that effect anyway. So basically, it's one of the things where the club came through all these rough times, but the club wasn't the same for me. And I think the moment I decided it was properly time to give up was around this sort of time. And obviously things changed. The club got I did go to some games when I moved back to Lincoln, but I wasn't as actively involved as I was previously. I was still doing the other way day video, but if I went to a game, it was more just to go to a new ground, say Dover, Eastleigh, places like that. I no interest in doing match day videos, and I say then the club started doing well, getting promoted. But at this point, there was a lot more people doing these match day vlogs that did it a lot more, well, a lot better than I did. Have a lot more skill with it, have a lot more time and effort. I mean, if you go on Google now, you type in not Google, YouTube. If you type in match day vlogs for Lincoln, there's at least 4 that I've counted. You've got, I don't know why I'm saying you've got, I can only think of one off the top of my head, and that's, I'm going to mispronounce your name if you watch this, so I apologise, but Max Echelby. Again, I apologise if I more likely mispronounced that. I apologise. I think Gary Hutchinson is saying it earlier, and I just went with it. But yeah, there's just people who can do a better job than me, can put more passion into it, they care more than I do. I still support the club. They will always be my team. They'll always be one of the ones. Whenever I am back home, if there's a game on, I'll go. Even when I lived in Portugal, I looked forward to going to games. But then things did take an interesting turn when I moved to Portugal last year, because obviously I found a new lease of life with the channel, because I was able to actually watch the games live without having to leave my room. So I was able to watch the game, give analysis on it. But then came a moment of realisation with the last video I uploaded, where it was basically me talking about how I thought null and void was the only fair way for the whole English game, not just giving Liverpool and Leeds the titles. because I get the feeling that is the genuine reason why the Premier League and the Championship were not null and void. It was simply to give those two teams titles. I'm probably wrong before people get argued in the comments, don't worry. But anyway, and so I posted that, and it got, last time I looked a few days ago, it had 44 views. And I spent a bit of time just thinking about planning that, and then I just looked at the hits, and this is the moment I decided properly. Was when I first started doing the old channel back in 2006, my videos were getting 2, 3, 4,000 every time guaranteed. I had over 1,000 subscribers, and I've had the odd good video over the last 10 years. Like in terms of hits, I've had the one where the Grimsby fan gets in a fight with the steward, which got, I think it was 80,000 hits last time I looked at it, or close to that, and that's by far the biggest I've had. I've also had the Walsall FA Cup replay, which was that. But ultimately, you are driven by how many people watch your content, and combined with my lack of passion these days, I've just decided to call it a day. I think my time on YouTube is over. I've got no fresh ideas. I don't really intend to go to many games, and it's time to pass off to a new generation who've already overtaken me in terms of quality anyway. So that's it really. That's the sort of history, how it started, my ego trip, and everything else. So I just want to spend the last part of this video and last part of this channel just thanking everyone. So whether you appeared in just one video, or you were regular, such as say Nigel or Cotty or various other people who appeared in numerous videos, more than I care to count, thank you for your time, thank you for your input, thank you for what made these videos go really well for most of the time I did this channel, and thank you for all those who watched as well. I appreciate, I say now, which you just go for every club's got like 20 fan cam videos and away day vlogs, so it's like, I do thank you all for your time, and also thank you for those who stuck with me after I came out as trans in 2012, yeah, so it feels kind of weird that I'm not going to be doing anything on YouTube anymore that's going to be visible anyway. So yeah, it's been emotional in a way. It's been an interesting 14 years on and off. So that's it really. I will, as I said, this is my YouTube channel, so I've got all my subscriptions on here, got my favourites, my like videos, etc. So I will still be around. I just won't be posting at all ever again. So if anyone does want to get in contact, feel free to message me on here. I will message back. Alternatively, I am on social media. Currently, my Twitter handle is kjackson1984. I've got a website which is fromthemindofkate.wordpress.com. Feel free to read that whenever you can. I don't really talk about football on there. I've got my film reviews, which is sorryneverheardofit.wordpress.com. And that's it really. So again, thank you to everyone for your time. It's been good. It's been an experience. And anyone who decides to take up matchday vlogs in the future, enjoy. So this is Kate Jackson signing off.